Hello guys, I'm joined today by
Larry,
who you might recognize from the book. Today I'm going to read you the 5th chapter of Dark Tales of Cursed Children. Hope you enjoy.
Chapter 5, Fire, August 31st, 2011, Wednesday. Ray Schmar lay on his side on the bed on his new room at Salvation Foster Homes. He kept a black book hidden under his mattress, but he didn't have to worry about Miss Swan anymore. He'd never have to worry about her again. The fire took her away. He turned another page of his book, The Green Mile by Stephen King. He could read all the books he wanted as long as he got his chores done. Walter Dean, the caretaker at Salvation Foster Homes, was a strange and quiet man. The best thing about him was that he let all the children do what they wanted, as long as they completed their house chores. So far, none of the new kids challenged him. Walter Dean was a tall old man with beady dark eyes. His sunken cheeks and wrinkles around his mouth, like raisins, rendered him a creepy look. His quiet nature was at odds with his physical stature. The new kids and the older kids obeyed him for fear that one day Walter Dean might snap if he was disobeyed. 3 days ago, while Rage and all at Holy Cross Church, a mysterious fire had destroyed the Lady Grace orphanage. Miss Swan had burned in the fire. The firefighters who put out the fire had found her in the rubble and ashes where the stairs used to be. Her neck was broken. They said that she probably fell and broke her neck running down the stairs to escape the fire. The State Department of Child Services had immediately transferred them to Salvation Foster Homes, just a few blocks from Sour Springs Junior High School. The fire must have been the collector's doing, thought Rage. The voice in his head did promise that his life would change once he committed to reading the one story from the Black Book. And he had. He'd only read Abandoned. He did not risk reading any more of the book. The rustling of leaves sound in his ear had worsened. He caught himself rubbing his right ear often. When he focused on the sound, it nearly drove him with madness. The upside was that he didn't have to deal with that miserable hag, Miss Swan. Yesterday, Walter had taken the boys school shopping. He'd used the money the state paid him for taking care of the orphans to purchase them new clothes, new backpacks, and enough school supplies to last the entire school year. Rage appreciated Walter Dean, even though he was quiet and creepy looking. He'd even promised to pay the orphans a weekly allowance for doing their chores. So far, the food was good at the new home. There was plenty of free time for him to do as he liked, and his room was cozy and warm. The only thing that was different now was the new voice in his head. He'd started hearing it after he finished reading Abandoned. He heard her voice at random times in his head. He didn't mind it so much because her voice was low and pleasantly honeyed, but she only said the same 2 sentences over and over. I miss you, Rage. Come find me so we can be together. Rage was also excited about starting 8th grade soon. He could walk to school and back by himself. He wondered how his life would be different at school. What would the collector change for him? Maybe he'd see her at school. Oh, the voice, of course. Maybe she'd be waiting for him for a long time. His expression darkened when he thought about himself. No girl would be interested in a cripple like himself, he thought. He was different and awkward, and he knew it. But things had to be different now. Maybe there was someone just for him. He smiled again because he was hopeful and optimistic about his uncertain future. He'd heard her voice so much that he felt like he knew her. When he tried to talk to the voice, she'd only repeat the same 2 sentences. Something else he was bummed about was missing the first week of school. The state wanted to conduct physiological tests on all the orphans after the fire incident happened. Rage had to be very cautious when answering the doctor's questions. He couldn't let them know about the voices in his head, the Black Book, and the collector.
Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed our video. Today, I'm going to tell you the answers from last week's question. I am Danica in the story, as you probably guessed. Also, Scarlett James is a student from Green Bay that transferred to Sour Springs Middle School because of its, prestigiousness and whatnot. Well, I guess that's for it, but make sure to like, subscribe, definitely subscribe, comment what you think, and, oh yes, one question. What is the voice in Rage's head saying? Bye-bye!